Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about some stats from Barcelona's amazing and dominant victory against Sevilla. And then we're also going to be talking about some standout players. And then lastly, talking about Garcia, as he has picked up, a slight injury. He did feel some discomfort during the warm-up in yesterday's match. And so we're going to be talking about that, giving an update in regards to Garcia. But guys, before I get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. Everything's posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That way you guys can stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. But guys, let's get straight into the video. All right, guys, let's get straight into the video and let's look at some Barcelona stats from yesterday's match, in which it was a dominant 5-1 victory against Sevilla. And with the win against Sevilla last night, Barcelona, they have the most points in La Liga at 27, meaning that we're at the top of the table. We also have the most wins at 9. We have the most goals scored at 33. The next best is at 21, which is Real Madrid. Makes sense. And we also have the best goal difference at plus 23. The next best is at plus 14. We have the highest average possession at 67.7%. We have the highest expected goals at 26.4. The next best is at 18.3. We have the most shots on target per match at 7.4. We also have the most big chances created at 50. The next best at 30. We also have the most corners at 61, most times possession won in the final third per game at 5.0. And lastly, we have the least fouls per game at 7.8. And the next best team has 9.2. And so those are some stats from Barcelona so far in La Liga this season. And it's really impressive, the work that Hansi Flick is doing. And, when you look at those stats, obviously the most important are the points and the wins, because that means that Barcelona, they are at top of the table. And then as well, chances created, goals scored, and the most possession, because that means we are basically materializing our goals into wins, which lead us to be at the top of the table. And this is something that you do have to applaud. And with Hansi Flick's dominant performance, with Hansi Flick's Barca's dominant performance over Sevilla, he is now included in a list of managers with the most goals scored after their first 10 La Liga matches in the 21st century. And when you look at the other two names on the list, it's really impressive, the work that Hansi Flick is doing. And Pep Guardiola, his Barcelona team, scoring 34 goals in the opening 10 matches, and Zinedine Zidane's Real Madrid have also scored 34 goals, and Hansi Flick's Barcelona in the opening 10 matches have scored 33. And that speaks volume of the great work that Hansi Flick is doing. And he's basically revolutionized Barcelona. Even though you can argue that Barcelona, they have a worse squad than last season, he's been able to get much, much better results. And, that is something that you have to applaud. But guys, what do you guys make of Hansi Flick's, impact and basically revolution at Barcelona so far? And which of those stats caught you off guard or basically caught your eye? And now, guys, I also want to be talking about Jules Koundé, who played his 100th match for Barcelona yesterday, and hopefully, many more are to come. He is a world-class player who was originally signed to be a center back, but with Barcelona's necessity for a right back, has basically made that right back position his own and has been, absolutely world class. And Jules Koundé, I would say, one of Barcelona's most underrated signings so far in recent years. A player who never goes below a 7 out of 10, and who can put in world-class performances. And Jules Koundé, a player who I'm growing a fan of, and a player who we want to see at Barcelona for many, many more years. I also want to talk about Robert Lewandowski, guys, because with his brace yesterday against Sevilla, he now has 14 goals and 2 assists in the Barcelona's opening 12 matches so far in the season so far. And that's absolutely spectacular, because Robert Lewandowski, he's up there in age, but he's a player who we did criticize in the summer, a player who a lot of people wrote off, and a player who I was critical of, but he's basically silenced his haters. And with 14 goals and 2 assists in the opening 12 matches, that's absolutely crazy. 16 goals and assists in 12 matches. That's ridiculous. Robert Lewandowski on fire. And we also have to talk about Paulo Torre, because Paulo Torre, a player who, we're not really talking about a lot, player who's been receiving some reserve minutes here and there, some rotation minutes in in his 5 matches in which he's played. He started 3. He has 3 goals and 1 assist as well, with a free kick. And in 202 minutes, Paulo Torre has been a fantastic impact sub, and we have to applaud, because he is going to be getting less minutes with the return of Gavi, Olmo, and De Jong, as well as that of Fermin Lopez. But Paulo Torres saying that, hey, I am still competing. I am still showing I can do stuff for the team. And this is what we want to see. And Paulo Torres, applaud him for his superb cameo yesterday, in which he did score a brace as well. And, we hopefully can see more of that from Paulo Torre. And the last piece of news I did want to talk to you guys about, or the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, is in regards to Eric Garcia, because with that discomfort that he felt during Barcelona's warm-up in yesterday's match, Eric Garcia right now, he has an overload in his right abductor, and so he will miss the match against Bayern Munich. He's ruled out for the Bayern game against on Wednesday, but it is expected that he is going to return for this weekend's match against Real Madrid. And with Eric Garcia's absence, I wonder who is going to be starting in that midfield, because we definitely know that Pedri and Marcasolo are going to start, but is Ansu Fati going to start? Is Fermin Lopez going to start? Who is going to be that 4th attacker? We know that the 3 up top is going to be Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, and Lewandowski, but who's going to be alongside them? And who would you guys want to see? Gavi, De Jong, Fermin Lopez, Dani Olmo, Ansu Fati. Those are some options that are possible. But guys, that was it for the Barcelona news of the day. I wanted to talk to you guys about those stats, Jules Koundé's achievement, and also the fantastic form of Robert Lewandowski and Paulo Torre as well. And of course, it's a shame that Eric Garcia will be missing the game against Bayern Munich, because we want Hansi Flick to have the most options at his disposal. But we will have to make do, and it's not the end of the world. And as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting the channel, and I'll catch you guys all in the next video. Peace out, guys.